Y2K nigga. Life, love, money, do thankful, take for granted. Just think about the times when you almost didn't have it. Looked up at the sun, told my mama that I'ma grab it. I seen a bright future for my brothers, yeah, I'ma have
people. Hey, look, I just want to say that we appreciate all the support we've been getting lately, especially from our city. You know, like at first starting out, a lot of people from the city, you know, their support, but not like when we go to other places. Like it's nothing like having your hometown support you. Welcome to another episode of Beauty in the Struggle. You know, Bits and Bots Productions, Styles by Drip. Today we got a special guest, entrepreneur, artist, you know, over 2 million views on YouTube, 10 plus years in the game of entrepreneurship, thousands of subscribers, filmmaker, visionary, director, artist, Cap. That's Kids Achieving Prosperity. How you doing today, man? What you got shaking?
Not much, man. Just out here achieving prosperity, living, loving, and that's it, man. Just taking it day by day.
Word. First thing I want to ask you, bro, like how did you come up with the concept for your name? You know, that's an amazing name that you got there. So how did you come up with it?
Cap, Kids Achieving Prosperity, came up with that in high school. At first it was just some high school friends, just little clique, running around the school. Wasn't really nothing really to it though. Just a group of friends chilling. Kids at play. That's what it was at first, and then like it just quickly transitioned into Kids Achieving Prosperity. But the Kids at Play was already a group out of Atlanta, and you know, like I knew at the time we was biting it, but like we wasn't out here acting like we wasn't doing music as Kids at Play or nothing. We was just some high school stuff. So we switched it to Kids Achieving Prosperity when we started taking the music seriously, started taking life more seriously.
Gotcha. So talk about that when you started taking it seriously. Like when did you make that switch to Kids Achieving Prosperity? When would you say that happened?
That was sometime in 2012. So really started taking it serious. Like when we put our first tape out, that was 2012. Let me see. So 2012, we came up with that in 2012, but like, as far as like music wise, ain't started living by Kids Achieving Prosperity until like 2014 we put our tape out. But like, on the other side, like video wise, I was already Cap, and like I already had a name for them by myself by 2012. So you know, it's two different sides of like video wise, probably like 2012, music side, 2014.
Okay, word. So talk about some of those, you know, it could be local, it could be national, state level. Talk about some of those influences that you've seen as like an entrepreneur early on, whether that made you want to do like what you're doing now or just like seeing people hustle. Talk about some of those influences that you saw.
So I really ain't have too many influences, you know, growing up where I grew up at, like, you know, mostly everybody was either drug dealing, or getting it how they getting it. Like, I ain't gonna necessarily, I mean, I see my pops working, but like, he wasn't doing like entrepreneur stuff, but like, I mean, I guess you can do, that's motivation. Just having both parents in your life and seeing your father and your mama both go in and work every day, like they does give you motivation to be like to do something with your life and shit. So but like most of my like influence and motivation really came from like just being on social media, like seeing like people like Soulja Boy come up off of MySpace and stuff like that, and really just wanting better for myself was really like my motivation, like behind it.
Nah, that's facts. Like seeing like your parents go to work every day and you still like maintaining, you know, you want to live your life. So I definitely understand that. Like that just gave you motivation to go harder. I felt the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about being a kid, you know, growing up on the south side of Rock Hill, South Carolina. You know, they call it Football City, USA. No, so tell us about like growing up on the south side of Rock Hill.
I'm gonna sound cliche, but like I mean, just like any other neighborhood.
Nah, for real.
Really, like, especially it's football USA. So yeah, of course I played football. I played football from like age 10 or 11 to like 13 or 14. So from like grade Y to 8th grade, then I stopped doing sports. And that's when I really got into the cameras, doing like skits and stuff. Like, I was doing skits while I was playing sports. Like I knew cameras then, but like once I started playing sports, like I needed something else to do. I didn't have no hobby. I couldn't really, like by then. I think by then I had really got into like dancing and at that time it was a jerk and all that shit. And
Cat daddy.
All that. So I was from like football to jerking, and when the jerk stuff died out, got played out, all right, let me take this camera seriously. Okay. So like, cause I already gained the skills from shooting, editing jerk videos and putting effects and all type of stuff like that. So then, and like, but as far as like just growing up, man, pretty a regular childhood. Like I got to say earlier, like I'm like it's just a little different because I had both of my parents. So like, I mean, but everybody go, no matter both parents or not, everybody go through ups and downs. Gonna be some type of struggle. The richest man got to struggle. So so.
Man, you hit on something very important. You said something very important. You was like, when you hit like age 10, 11, 12, that's when you started like, not taking sports serious. And then you started looking for other stuff to do. And you just so happen to have entrepreneurship as something that you look forward to. Now, in my city, I'm from Chester. So in my city, when people hit that 13, 14, 15 age and they not playing sports no more, they turn to the streets. They turn to what they know, what they see every day. So what gave you that motivation to, instead of taking that street route, instead of, you still go be around them people like that, what gave you that motivation to do that instead of, to do the entrepreneur thing instead of that street route? Because a lot of people, when they hit that age, they do just go straight to the street route.
So honestly, at first, like,
yo, what's good? It's your boy Art. I'm with my boy Teddy. And don't be sleeping on your level, because it's beauty in the struggle. Bits and bots, beauty in the struggle, beauty of the struggle. We really come from that.